Hello, beautiful souls. It's Emily with Twins in Union. I hope that you are all doing well and managing okay in these energies, which have continued to be intense. I just want to start by saying a quick thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for being here with me and joining me on this twin flame journey. And thank you to my longtime loyal subscribers for continuing to watch my videos and share with me how much they help you and resonate with you. And I just really appreciate all of your wonderful, kind comments and your emails. And especially want to thank everyone who has purchased readings with me, coaching sessions, channeled paintings. And I also had some surprise donations, so you know who you are. I just want to say thank you so much. That was just really touched my heart, and it just means a lot to me because I do love doing these readings and putting these out there for all of us to guide us in our journey. It can be very challenging, and when we have some guidance and we know that we have a community and we're not in this alone, it can really give us strength and encouragement. And so just to have that validation with a little donation just really brightens my day and means the world to me. So thank you so much. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the energies. We just had that full moon in Pisces at the end of August, and that was a really intense full moon for me. My moon is in Pisces, so I was feeling it really strong and just a lot of emotions. Pisces is a water sign, and water is emotion. And Pisces is also connected to Neptune, which is about illusions. And so it was a lot of illusions crashing and a lot of truths coming up and a lot of realizing certain patterns that were no longer serving my highest good anymore and releasing that. And Pisces is the final house, the 12th house in the zodiac wheel. So there was a lot of energy of completion coming up with that, where we were completing old cycles and old patterns that we couldn't deny anymore that were not for our highest good. And it was releasing that and letting go of that and feeling that and acknowledging that. And Pisces is also very connected to our intuition, and we are in the season of Virgo. The sun is in Virgo, which is about discernment. So it felt like there was just a lot of energy of trying to get clarity and use our discernment and connect with our intuition, and with that energy of Pisces and Neptune and illusions, just getting clear on what's real and what's working and what's not working, and getting really honest with ourselves. And with that last reading that we had for the full moon in Pisces, that energy that came up for the union of the deceit card in reverse, I've had quite a few emails of other twins messaging me saying that really resonated with them, of moving into this realization of where we haven't been authentic with ourselves within our connections and other relationships in our lives, and also how we can start to be more honest and authentic with ourselves and with others, and discerning what is working and what is not working, and letting go of the old and looking at where we need to set healthier boundaries that honors our truth. And so yeah, it was intense for me, and I've heard from others of you that it was intense for you, so hang in there. I really thought we were going to get a break there after eclipse season, but oh no, it's continued to be intense. So keep riding these ascension waves. And now we are moving into this new moon in Virgo, And Virgo is an earth sign, is very grounded, and it is about healing. So I feel like that Pisces full moon just really opened us up. A lot of spiritual awakening, opening up to our intuition, really asking ourselves, what are our dreams? What are our goals? What do we need to release and let go of in order to move closer to what we really want, what our real dreams and goals are, and where we're actually not being honest with ourselves in that, and where do we need to get more honest with ourselves so that we can move closer to that. And so now it's like, so we've kind of been all up in this Pisces energy that's very spiritual, and now Virgo is going to help us really ground that. So there's strong energy of manifestation in the physical with this new moon in Virgo. And Virgo is the sign of the hermit. So I have definitely been in hermit mode, and I'm sensing that with this new moon, we are going to continue to be in hermit mode and really going into this reflection on how we can manifest our dreams and our goals and really make it physical. And as I was meditating before I pulled the cards and just tuning into the energy, I really felt this calm, grounded, still energy, just this quiet stillness. So I feel like with that Pisces full moon, it just really like opened things up. And now it's just like this settling and stillness that's coming in. And so, yeah, and if you have been in contact with your beloved and you feel like there's been a disconnect or that you've both needed to pull back, that's okay. That's part of this time of going within and reflecting and using that discernment and connecting with our intuition and really getting clarity and seeing what needs to shift and change within ourselves and within our connection, and just a lot of energetic shifting going on right now. So yeah, if you have felt more of an energy of separation or a disconnect or detachment, just know that it's okay and it's for the highest good of your union. What else would I like to say here? I've got some notes. As far as like details about this Virgo new moon, it is on September 9th, so 9/9/2018. So we have that 9/9, so this is a portal energy, and there is also the presence of an 11/11 portal here because we are in an 11 year, 2018 is an 11 year, and then with the 9 and the year, it's 911, which adds up to an 11 as well. And that 911 my guides have really been showing me that 911. And this is when we celebrate and acknowledge the 911 anniversary here in the United States. And 911 is the code of the light worker. So this is a time for us to also really consider, where are we at in our mission? Where are we at in our service? And where and how might we need to shift in that and upgrade in that and get new perspective on that. Virgo is a sign that is about service to others. So this is looking at our mission and how are we shining our light? How are we serving others? And how can we make a upgrade within that or further our commitment to that? So yeah, so we have 11/11 portal energy coming up, and with the 9/9, again, that's that number of completion. So that Pisces full moon brought up energies of completion, and now September is a number 9 month, and we have this 9/9 portal with the new moon. So a lot of completion energy, but also portal energy moving into new beginnings, and that's what new moons are about too, is bringing in the new beginning and giving birth to something new, planting those new seeds. So this is a really good time to make your wish list, set your intentions. What are the seeds that you want to plant with this new moon, that you want to see manifest, that you want to see harvest? We also have the sun is going to be at 17 degrees and the moon is at 17 degrees. 17 is the star card in the tarot. So I feel like this is about our wishes, our dreams, our goals, and getting really clear on what our North Star is. What is our purpose? What is our mission? What are we being guided to do from a soul level? And being in that place of alignment and authenticity. And the 1 and the 7 add up to an 8, which is about abundance and prosperity and success and moving forward. And today, I'm recording this on September the 6th. So today we have Saturn going direct. And so this is going to help us with a sense of moving forward as well, where things that have felt really complicated and delayed and plans that we've been thinking about but unable to implement or move forward with, now with Saturn going direct, that's going to all start to move forward. The other thing we have going on in terms of astrology is we have Venus moving into Scorpio also on the new moon on the 9th. So we've had Venus in Libra, which has been very harmonious. Libra is ruled by Venus, and Libra is all about relationships, and Venus is all about love and relationships. And so now Venus is going to move out of Libra into Scorpio. And Scorpio and Venus is very intense and emotional, and Scorpio is all about diving deep and doing that shadow work and going into the shadows and getting really clear. It's like that detective work and the unsolved mystery. Like, you want to get to the bottom of it. You want to know the truth. So I feel like things in our connections that I'm seeing, like that deceit card in reverse again, where it's just like all these things that have kind of been unknown and mysterious and hidden and like in the deeper waters and the surface of the ocean floor. That those are the things we're going to start diving deep here and exploring that more within our connections. But this is very positive, I feel, because it is allowing us to be in our authenticity more, and that is when we can really open up in our connections and start to experience that deeper emotional intimacy and see each other for the beauty and the truth of who we are and just how beautiful our connection is. So I think, that's exciting. It might be intense and emotional, but I think it's going to be exciting and positive. And Scorpio is also a very sensual, sexual sign. Scorpio loves merging. So this is that desire for us to merge and really come together. So I think it's going to be good. I have a good feeling about Venus and Scorpio for some reason. Maybe that's because I have some Scorpio in my chart, but yeah, it could be intense and emotional, but I think it's also going to be good. So some tips for this new moon. Like I said, you may still want to be in hermit mode for a while. Your twin may still want to be in hermit mode for a while. So just embrace that. And this would be a good time if you do have a meditation practice to really take that time to go within and reflect. Keep a journal. If you have dreams coming up, that's meant to pay attention to your dreams. Journal them. We're going to be getting a lot of downloads of information right now too. We have Mercury going into Virgo, which is very harmonious because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is information and knowledge and intellect and communication. So we're just going to be receiving a lot of divine downloads and guidance, I feel. So if something's coming to you, you're getting some kind of a big aha moment, jot it down and write it in your journal or pay attention to your dreams. Spending time in nature, lots of earth energy going on with this moon. So you may just feel, I was feeling just kind of a heaviness earlier, which I think was a result of the shift of Saturn, because Saturn has kind of like a big, you know, like a stern teacher kind of energy to it. So I think I was feeling that, but it's a good time to just really ground and be still, connect with nature, go within, reflect, and think about what your dreams are and your goals, and use this gift of discernment that is coming with Virgo, where you can really get perspective on things and analyze things, and bring in that Pisces energy that we just had come through, where we're bringing the heaven down to earth. And I've heard that song on the radio several times. Ooh, baby, heaven is a place on earth. I cannot sing. You know, I think it's Belinda Carlisle. You know what I'm talking about. So I've heard that song repeated over and over on the radio, and it just reminds me of this Pisces and Virgo energy that we're in right now. And we are manifesting heaven on earth. We are moving into the new earth. We are moving into this new age of Aquarius. And so it might be a little turbulent yet as we are transitioning into these new energies. But just, like I say, that meditation, just breathing, working with your angels and your guides, mantras, doing some mantras or creative work, whatever is like really good to just calm your mind, exercise, yoga, punching bag, kickboxing, whatever your thing is, like that puts you in the zone, that calms your mind. Just really bring that in. And, you know, with this Virgo energy, things in nature are great. So, so I think that covers things that I wanted to say about what is going on with this new moon in Virgo. It's also a really good time to organize and clear clutter and get your physical space in your home, your workspace. Get that all rearranged and decluttered. Take stuff to the Goodwill. Sage your space. And then also your physical body. It's a good time to work on eating healthy. Do a little detox if you want to. Fresh vegetables, fresh fruits. Just really think about ways that you can strengthen your physical health and declutter internally as well as externally. The energies are very supportive for that right now. So, okay, with that being said, gosh, it's already 18 minutes in. How did I talk your ear off for that long? Okay, I'm going to turn the camera towards the cards. I've got them all laid out here, and we can take a deeper look at what these energies will look like for us and our connections with our twins, and how this new moon will be impacting us. So I'm going to turn the camera towards the cards, and we can dive into some of these messages. So here we go. Okay. All right, let me get this centered here. Oh, a little bit off center still. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so if you are visiting my channel for the first time, I'll give you a little info about how this is set up. So I have the divine masculine energies on this side, and I have the divine feminine energies over here. And then in the center here are the union energies. And then I'm using the energy oracle deck here for the main energies and that is this deck here from Sandra Ann Taylor. And then the cards on the outer edges are the clarifying cards to give us more insight into the energies. And that is from the Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue. And then at the very end, I will share advice and guidance from Spirit for us from the Wisdom of the Golden Path. And that is by Tony Carmine Salerno. And I also have romance messages for us from the Divine Love Letter books. And these are channeled letters from Twin Flames to Twin Flames. So I will be sharing that. And I think that covers all of the materials that I am using. So basically this provides us with deeper insight into the energies that are taking place within our connections. And this is a general reading for all twin flames. So this is encompassing the energies for our entire soul group. And if you would like to see specifically what energy dynamics are taking place within your connection with your beloved, I do offer private readings, and I will post information about that in the description box below, or you can visit my website, which is twinsinunon.com, and I have a menu of different spreads as well as this spread. This spread is the one that I refer to as the full union spread. So yeah, I think that covers all of that. So what I will do is, I think I'm going to start with the bottom of the deck energies that came up. And so these are underlying energies or circumstantial energies that are surrounding us at the time of this new moon in Virgo. So the energy from the bottom of the deck of the energy oracle was adjacent possibilities. And so what I was getting when I saw this card come up is this is making me think of this portal energy that I was just talking about. So we are moving through this like corridor, and we are in this period of transition, I feel, where we have been working on releasing these patterns and cycles of the past and completing these cycles, bringing closure to cycles, shifting out of these old cycles, and we are moving through this corridor towards this light at the end of the tunnel. And we are transitioning into a whole new beginning. And so this Virgo new moon is going to really help us in grounding and physically manifesting this new beginning on the earth plane. And so these are transitional energies that we're in right now, and it can feel a bit turbulent or uncomfortable or awkward or confusing. We see all of these different doors and windows, and so it's like we're going through this energy and we're just like, do I go this way? Do I go that way? Do I just keep going straight towards the light? Like maybe I should check and see what's behind this door or what's over here. And so we're just kind of like navigating this corridor and finding our way to the other side. So if you are feeling a little discombobulated or confused or like you're not sure which way to go, just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And this is, I always think about timelines and choosing the highest timeline when this card comes up. So it's collapsing those old timelines that are no longer serving you and starting to choose the higher timelines, which are those choices that are resonating with what is for your highest good. Releasing all of those patterns and cycles and things that were not serving you and starting to make different choices. And Virgo is excellent at supporting us in this. Virgo is the energy where it gives you the discernment of which path to take, which door to open, which window to look through, which way to go, to analyze it and use your discernment and bring in that intuition to help guide you. And it's a sign that is very skilled and very analytical and very practical. So I feel like it's supportive energy for helping us choose those higher timelines. If you need to start shifting your daily routine so that you can devote more time and energy to your mission, then Virgo will help you do that. Wherever you're needing that support to start making these positive changes in your life, this energy is going to help you with that. And this is a 24, so 2 is that energy of making choices and keeping the faith, and the energy of our connection with our divine partnership. And then the 4 is that earth energy coming through, really grounding and creating new strong foundations. And then the 2 and the 4 together add up to 6, which is the energy of harmony and balance and the Lovers. So yeah, it's positive circumstantial energy here, and it's available for all of us to start to tap into to really start making those healthier choices and choosing the things that will bring in more happiness and inner peace and prosperity in our lives. And then the other card on the bottom of the Angel Tarot is the 5 of Air. So this can be a challenging energy here. 5 is a number that is about confronting challenges and transforming the challenge into a positive change in our lives. So I feel like this is a circumstantial energy surrounding us at this time that could be like that energy of having some mental conflict. I feel like this is more of like an energy that's an internal energy more than like an actual energy that's external with us and our twin. It's more of like this internal mental conflict that's circling around in our mind. And this is, I feel, some of that like ego energy that needs to be released. It might be that energy of just really reviewing things and seeing, do I need to make a change here? Do I need to do this? Should I take action there? Or do I need to kind of just sit back and observe and reflect and just kind of be with this conflict that's going on in my mind? So just kind of, yeah, like I was saying, we're in these transitional energies right now, and there could be some turbulence where we're trying to figure things out in our mind, and it might feel like some internal conflict going on. It says, an unwise choice, learn what you can from this situation, review everyone's motives. So I just get this sense that it's just like this review time and this reflection time, and maybe looking in, it's like how I was saying with that Scorpio moving into Venus, where it's like wanting to dive deep and wanting to understand a situation and reviewing it and going over it and wanting to get to the bottom of it, that kind of energy. And I want to just show you the bottom of the Wisdom of the Golden Path because I just thought this was beautiful. Unconditional love. So within this transitional, kind of conflicting, chaotic energy that's still kind of playing out as we are moving into this new beginning, the underlying theme here for all of us is unconditional love. And unconditional love is about finding our common ground in our differences, transcending our differences, loving ourselves unconditionally, loving our beloved unconditionally, finding the beauty within how different we are, and the beauty within our humanness, as well as the beauty within the spiritual aspects of ourselves. So I think this is a really beautiful underlying energy here, and whenever I see this, I always think of the yin-yang energy. Just the way that this couple is positioned here in this card. So yeah, I think that's some really beautiful underlying energies going on. Okay. So I'm going to move on over here and we will look at the energy for the Divine Masculine. So I asked Spirit as I was shuffling, what is the Divine Masculine Twin Flame Collective thinking regarding his connection with his feminine at the time of this new moon in Virgo? And the card that came up is beautiful. We have victory here. So I feel like this is a very positive sign here that the Divine Masculine has victory and success on his mind regarding his connection with his Divine Feminine. And I feel like the Divine Masculines have been really doing their work. They've been going through this period of purification, and I feel like a lot of Divine Masculines are starting to come out of their dark night of the soul, and they're starting to get a whole new perspective on their dreams and their goals and their desires and what they really want, and their ability to create that and manifest that in their lives. And yeah, I just really get this sense that they've been doing a lot of inner work. So like I was saying earlier, if your Divine Masculine has retreated and pulled back, it's a good thing. He's doing his inner work, so it's important to give him that time and that space to do that, because it is creating this positive transformation and change within him, and giving him the freedom to really use this energy of Virgo to get clarity and discernment around what it is that he desires and what he wants and what his goals are within this connection. And we see this beautiful goddess figure here, and she has this laurel wreath, which is that symbol of victory. So he's really strongly got this victory mindset going on right now, and he's really asking himself, how can he manifest and create his goals and his dreams and his desires, and how can he create a beautiful, happy, abundant life that will make him happy, that will be fulfilling in a really authentic way. And for so long, the Divine Masculine was creating a false sense of happiness and fulfillment based on conditioning, cultural conditioning, or family belief systems, or religious belief systems, or whatever kind of conditioning was instilled within him about, happiness is based on working a certain kind of a job and making a certain amount of money, and having a certain amount of money in the bank, and having certain material possessions, and whatever that looked like for him, that's changing as he's moving through this dark night where his ego is dissolving and he's aligning more and more with the truth of his soul. And so now it's like he has graduated to this new level and is getting this new clarity about what is true happiness for him, what is true success for him, and what does that look like, and what are his heart's desires, what does his soul crave, what is he hungry for on a soul level that would really make him happy and fulfilled in his life, and how can he start to move towards that in a way that makes him feel successful and victorious in his soul, not just from an ego-based idea in his mind that is a projection of society, but from the depths of his soul. What is that, and how can he create that and manifest that? And so the clarifying card that came up with this is just beautiful. We have a major arcana, the Magician. So this is that desire for him to create and manifest. So he's really thinking about, how can I create this success, this victory in my life that will be my true happiness? And the Magician shows up when we are in a place where we need inner confidence. And with all of this gold energy showing up here in this victory card, it's that third chakra energy, that yellow sunshine gold energy, which is that empowerment, that confidence, that self-esteem, that feeling of being able to take action in the world that moves you towards fulfillment within, that is going to make you feel successful and just radiant from the inside out. And so the magician shows up and says, yes, you can do this. You have what it takes. And look at all of the yellow gold in this card of the magician as well. It says, you are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So with this new moon in Virgo, there is this energy of magic and manifestation where we take on that energy of the magician. The magician is the master manifester. And so, like I was saying, we'll be getting a lot of downloads, divine downloads during this time over the next, so this energy will play out over the course of the next month up until the new moon in Libra. So work with this energy, and I feel like this is for all of us. We all have masculine energy within us, so trust that you have everything it takes within you. You have all of the resources. You were given divine gifts to be able to manifest your dreams, and I feel like the divine masculine here is really thinking about victory within his connection with his beloved and wanting to manifest and create that in a very physical, tangible way. And looking at the numerology, we have a 28 here on the victory card. So 2, again, is about keeping the faith, finding balance, the energy of the divine partnership. And the 8 is that number of success and victory and abundance, prosperity, moving forward. And we add the 2 and the 8 and we get a 10, which is that final completion, breaking down into a 1, which is that new beginning. And then here we have another 1. So this card breaks down to a 1, and then we have the magician, which is a 1 for a major arcana. So major arcanas are where it is divine intervention stepping in. And it is bigger than our free will. It is the cosmic energies, the universe stepping in and supporting this manifestation and this victory. So, yeah, I just feel that a lot of divine masculines are stepping into their confidence and inner empowerment to take action towards their dreams with their divine feminine. So really beautiful energy there. So what is the divine masculine feeling in his heart regarding his connection with his divine feminine? And so it was interesting when I was shuffling. We had one card fall out, and then there was like a little grouping of cards that fell out. So I felt like this first card is the main card, and then the other cards are kind of like clarifiers. So the card that came out is the Thinking Woman. So the divine masculine is really feeling connected to his intuition. I feel like this thinking woman energy in his heart space is not only representing the divine feminine beloved, but it's also representing his own internal feminine energy within his heart. So I just feel his heart is opening and softening, and that this Pisces full moon that we just had really assisted the divine masculine in opening up spiritually. And so I just see this feminine figure in this card as being very wise and very connected with her intuition. And so I feel like the divine masculine is really feeling this intuitive, wise energy flowing in his heart that is guiding him, that is supporting him, that is allowing him to open up to making decisions from his heart space and not just from an ego-based place in his mind using his analytical skills and logic, but this is bringing those analytical skills and logic from his higher mind down into his heart. And we see she's wearing this kind of green looking dress, which is that green heart chakra energy. And then she has these violet flowers there on her hat, which is that 7th chakra, 6th chakra, 3rd eye, crown chakra is opening up there. So like I was saying, receiving a lot of divine downloads during this new moon. And like I was saying, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is a very intellectual, informational, kind of a planet energy. So I just feel that the Divine Masculine is receiving a lot of divine information, like divine downloads into his heart space right now. And there's this beautiful flow of energy between his higher mind and his heart. And this crown chakra is open, and he's receiving divine guidance there and is supporting him. And we see she's holding all of these, she's got a stack of books and she's holding a book. And so this is this intellect, but this is like that emotional intelligence. We talk about IQ, but there's also the EQ, right? The emotional intelligence. So I just feel like this deep wisdom and emotional intelligence is filling the Divine Masculine's heart. And the other cards that I was talking about that I felt like were further clarifying this thinking woman of what's underlying this emotional intelligence and wisdom and this time of inner reflection within his heart. We have broken heart, patience. I hope you guys can see that okay. Strategy, and financial constraints. So what I'm picking up with these cards is that some of what's this underlying energy going on in the Divine Masculine's heart is letting go of losses and grief and sadness from the past, whatever needs to be released and let go of in order to be able to move forward, whatever needs to be healed in his heart. Virgo is a sign that is a great healer. And so I feel like this is healing happening in his heart, and he's having to be patient with himself right now. It takes time to heal. So be patient with yourself, Divine Masculine, if you are releasing some sadness and grief and loss from your past. As you are healing, be patient, and that he's working on getting some kind of a strategy together. He wants to get a game plan together. And like I was saying, Saturn moving direct, and we recently just had Mars move direct, that's all going to be supportive, and this all of this earth energy that we have supporting us right now, it's all going to be great for helping us get those game plans together, get those strategies together to move forward, because this financial constraints is ultimately about freeing ourselves and creating new foundations, creating new beginnings, opening up to receiving abundance, prosperity, and moving out of these feelings of restriction and holding back and energies of lack. So I feel like it's like he's trying to get a strategy together to no longer be in this place of lack, to move forward towards this victory that he's thinking about. He wants the beautiful golden life of his dreams and true happiness. And he's getting the confidence and the strength within him to know that he has what it takes to manifest it, to do it, to make it happen, to manifest and be that magician. And then in his heart, there's healing happening, and wanting to move through these energies. And so this thinking woman energy is, like I said, that divine intelligence, emotional intelligence that is opening up his heart chakra and helping him see how to strategize, how to heal, how to move out of this energy of lack and restriction so that he can move towards this victory. And so I pulled a clarifying card from the Angel Tarot. Just even though we had all of that clarification there, I still felt guided to just pull a card here. And so we have another major arcana. So this is clarifying this thinking woman. And so we have the moon. And so this is this lunar energy here with the new moon in Virgo. And so now we have this moon card come up. And so the moon energy is all about those things that are unknown and uncertain and hidden from what we can see. And so this is really going into our intuition. Like I was saying, the divine masculine really bringing that intuitive knowing and wisdom and that emotional intelligence into his heart space. It says, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. So I feel like with that release fears that hold you back, that's like that financial restraints card. Like this energy of lack that is holding him back from being able to fully get his plan together and take action and move forward. But the moon is here to help heal that. And it says important psychic insights. And I feel like with this thinking woman, he is getting a lot of psychic downloads, and his upper chakras, 7th chakra and third eye chakra, are opening up, and those clairvoyance, clairaudience, just intuition, that's all starting to open up more, and so he's starting to be able to trust that more. And it says events behind the scenes. So this is just going that energy of the hermit, of like going into his soul and soul searching and going into his heart and really getting in touch with this healing that needs to happen in his heart, and finding his way. And I'm just noticing how much gold we see here in this card as well. So and then this is like got this kind of bluish purplish border around it, which is those upper chakras, the third eye chakra. And this is another 9 here, and then we have a 9 here with this broken heart. So completions and healing taking place in the heart. And then this is a 47, so 47 is an 11. And then 4 is also that 4th chakra, heart energy, and 7 is being on that spiritual path and knowing that you are on the right path. You are doing a lot of healing. You are getting your strategy together. You are bringing light to the darkness, to what is unknown. And so again, I feel like it's just really important to take that time for reflection and going within, spending time in nature, meditating, journaling, whatever your thing is, to tune in to what's taking place in your heart to help heal that. Okay, and so then I asked Spirit, what comes to mind when the divine masculine thinks about his beloved divine feminine? And this is a beautiful card. We have the 5th chakra here with Archangel Gabriel, and right away when this card came up, my guides were telling me to pay attention to this blue illuminated throat chakra here. So 5th chakra is the throat chakra. It is communication. So I feel like what comes to mind for the divine masculine when he thinks about his feminine is communication and reaching out to her and initiating a conversation. And the 5th chakra is also about our willpower. So gathering that courage and strength in order to be able to initiate communication and have a conversation. And Archangel Gabriel is the archangel that delivers messages for us and supports us through our awakening process. I also feel like this is messages coming through signs and synchronicities and songs. So if you hear a specific song on the radio that makes you think of your divine feminine, you might be getting a lot of songs right now coming through. And Archangel Gabriel is helping us in receiving these messages and our connections. And this is a 39, so 3 is a number that is associated with communication and expansion, and it's also the Trinity connecting with the divine within our twin flame connection. And I feel like this is also connected to what the divine masculine is thinking about in general about the connection, with this victory card going back to the victory and the magician. And that in his heart he is healing and getting a strategy together. So he's got a goal in mind here, and he wants to move towards success and manifest something. And so I feel like this communication that is coming up in his throat chakra when he's thinking about his divine feminine specifically, this is connected to whatever this success and victory is that he wants to manifest within the connection. And so the clarifying card that, oh, and then I forgot to do the number 9 and the 39 is, again, the energy of completion. And this is, like I was saying, September is a number 9 month. This new moon is on 9/9. So there's just this energy of wrapping things up in order to create a new beginning. And so I feel like this communication has to do with bringing some kind of closure to a situation in order to bring healing and a new beginning. And the clarifying card that came up with this just really confirms that. It's the Sun. And we have all major arcanas. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of major arcanas. So the Divine Masculine, we have all major arcanas for clarifying cards, and then we have a couple for the Divine Feminine as well. So a lot of really powerful, divinely guided energy coming through with this new moon. And so with the Sun here, clarifying 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, this is about this communication that when the Divine Masculine thinks about his Divine Feminine, what comes to mind is having some kind of a conversation that is going to bring healing and bring things to light, that's going to illuminate things. And I feel like this is connected to this underlying energy that came up of the 5 of air earlier, where it's just like that energy of having this internal conflict or this unsettled feeling about things that need to be communicated and brought to light, that need to be healed within the connection. And it says, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, which again goes back to that victory card. Have confidence in yourself. So Divine Masculine, this is like a repeating theme that I see coming up in the cards here, where again there's all this beautiful golden yellow light here, and we have the Sun, which rules the masculine energy, and it is having this inner confidence within you to take action towards your dreams and your happiness and your goals, and to really communicate how you feel and bring light to a situation, bring healing into a situation. And it's a happy outcome. So have confidence in the outcome. Have confidence in knowing that it's going to lead to positive things, and trust this intuition that really wants to come through here in your heart. Your heart knows the truth. So trust that, and you can create this really beautiful, happy, positive new beginning. And this is a number 19, and we are approaching 2019. So I feel like this is energy that can carry out through the end of this year into 2019. And the 1 is this new beginning, and the 9 is the completion, wrapping it up. And we add the 10, or we add the 9 and the 1, and we get 10, which is like that conversion point of moving out of the old and into the new, transitioning into this new beginning that's going to be bright, positive, happy, free, liberating, joyful. This is Archangel Uriel on this card, and Archangel Uriel is the archangel that brings us the spiritual wisdom, the spiritual knowledge, the spiritual guidance that we need to move towards our dreams and our spiritual path, our divine destiny. So I think these are really beautiful, really powerful energies happening for the Divine Masculine at this new moon. And like I said, there's so many major arcanas and so much energy about finding that inner strength and finding that inner confidence, and just really going forward with ambition and taking charge and stepping into that leadership energy. You are a divine sovereign being. You are like the emperor that that can lead with his heart and his soul. And you just know what you want, and you're going to go after it. And I think it's just, the message here is to just keep working on that inner confidence and trusting what you know in your heart, trusting your intuition, and know it's going to all lead to a bright, positive outcome and healing. So it's beautiful. All right, well, let's see what is going on for the Divine Feminine. So what is the Divine Feminine thinking at the time of this new moon in Virgo? And we have Goddess of the Moon. So I think this, we've got the moon came up in the masculine's heart space, and now we have the moon coming up in the Divine Feminine's mental space. So what is the Divine Feminine thinking regarding her connection? And so again, this is this intuition coming through. So the Divine Feminine is really, it's important for her to really be connecting with her intuition at this time, reaching for the light in the darkness. And the new moon is a time of darkness. It is when the moon and the sun come together, and the moon sits by the sun, which represents the masculine energy, and she takes in the energy of the sun. So she's absorbing all of this Virgo energy right now and recharging her batteries, preparing for a whole new cycle around. And so the Divine Feminine, she's really connecting with her intuition. If you feel like you have been struggling, especially with these energies going on, of using your discernment, knowing which way to go, feeling confused, feeling lost in the dark, take some time. Use this hermit energy. The hermit is the wise soul searcher. The hermit is the Virgo energy. So go within and really connect with what's going on in your heart. Ask your angels to work with you. Ask your guides to work with you. Again, I find journaling very helpful for connecting with my intuition and just kind of doing like getting all the random thoughts out of my head, and then I can start to tap into my intuition. or just going for a quiet nature walk. It's just, I really strongly feel like connecting with your intuition is very important right now. And I'm noticing this waterfall that's flowing back behind the goddess. And so go with the flow. This is that time to really just allow what needs to come up. And there could be some emotions still coming up from the Pisces full moon that we just had, or this Venus moving to Scorpio could be emotional. Whatever it is, just try to ride the waves of ascension and go with the flow, and really take that reflective time to connect to your intuition and get clarity and see the light in all of the darkness. And you are this goddess. You are a divine feminine. This is one of the beauty of the divine feminine energy is being in that energy of softness and that yin energy, getting rest, taking time for yourself, self-nurturing, self-care, self-love. And this is a 52. So 5, again, can be a challenge, coming up against a challenge, but we take that challenge and we transform it and we change it into something positive. And with the number 2 is that energy of keeping the faith. So even though things might feel unknown or confusing or dark and you're searching for the light, trust that you're on the right path. The 52 adds up to 7, so that's the spiritual path. You're on the right path. Remember, you have so much support from the universe, from the angels, your guides, your ancestors, from the divine, and sometimes just surrendering to all of that and just being like, you know what, I don't have all the answers, I don't have total clarity right now, but I have faith, and I'm trusting, I'm asking for help from my angels, I got this. So just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And there were a couple clarifying cards that came up with the Goddess of the Moon, and we have the 8 of Fire and the High Priestess. So I feel like the High Priestess, again, this is all about intuition, and this is Archangel Haniel on this card, and she is the archangel that works with the lunar energy. So like I was saying, this new moon in Virgo, it's really important for us to be the wise priestess, connect with our intuition. This is a number 2, so keep that faith. It says, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. So again, it's going into that hermit mode, taking that time to reflect. And then we have the 8 of Fire, which is moving forward, taking action. So go within, reflect, tap into your intuition, tap into your inner wise self, that deep inner knowing, before you're going to move into any kind of action. Because the 8 of Fire is the action. Then it says, events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. This can also be communication or travel. So it just feels like there's kind of this pause in the air with the new moon, where we need to just take some time to reflect and ponder and connect with our inner guidance, and then move forward. And things are going to move forward swiftly and quickly and with ease and grace and flow. It's taking that time to go within that is going to give us the clear direction for moving forward. Okay, so what is the Divine Feminine feeling in her heart regarding her connection? And we have Journey. So I feel like the Divine Feminine is just feeling the intensity and feeling how far she's come in this journey. And when we look at this card, we see this feminine figure, and she's on this kind of rickety bridge here, and it is rather dark. And like I was saying, this new moon is when the moon is dark. It is, you know, settling up next to the sun to pull energy from the sun and recharge its batteries. So this is a good time for rest, and it is dark, and so I feel like the Divine Feminine might be feeling a little lost and confused or uncertain. And we have another 2 here, lots of number 2s coming up. So it's that energy of keeping the faith and making choices and balancing, finding balance, sensing things with balance, seeing things from a balanced perspective, finding the light within the darkness. So she's on this bridge, and she's continuing to just put one foot in front of the other. She has this light from this lamp post here shining down, and I see this as being like the light of God shining down and showing her the path. And she also has her own spark of light here in this little lantern, and this is reminding me so much of the Hermit card as well, where the Divine Feminine is going within and finding her inner light, finding her inner wisdom, finding her inner truth and guidance, connecting with her intuition, and just trusting that even though things might feel dark and confusing and uncertain, and there are a lot of question marks and unknowns, that she can move forward on this journey with faith and trust. And that she is moving towards the light. And the clarifying card that came up with this is the Strength card. And in this deck, the Strength card is a number 11, which I thought was really interesting because in the Divine Masculine's heart, we had the 47. And here in the Feminine's heart, we have the 11. So we have an 11 and an 11 showing up in the Masculine and Feminine's heart space. And so this strength, the Divine Feminine, is really needing to connect. I feel like this is like advice from Spirit to really connect with this strength in her heart, the courage and the inner knowing and the determination to keep moving forward in this journey, even when she doesn't know for sure all of the answers, but to just stay in that place of faith and trust. And the 11, the 1 and the 1 add up to a 2. So again, it's like 2, 2. Keep the faith, keep the hope, trust, stay balanced. And also with this Strength card, it's feeling the strength of this connection, feeling how strong your bond is with your twin, and just being strong and centered within yourself. Be firm in what you know is true. Don't be swayed by anything else outside of you, but just be really grounded and really firm and really solid in your inner truth within you, and stand firm in that. Stand your ground. It says, great inner strength. Release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. So if there is an area in your connection with your twin where you need to bring in some forgiveness and compassion, you have the strength to do that within you. And also with yourself, forgiving yourself and releasing any harsh judgments or self-criticism as you are moving through this journey. The journey card can also be an indicator of travel. So some of you Divine Feminines may have an opportunity for travel coming up, possibly with your twin, maybe going to visit your twin, or your twin inviting you to go on a trip. And maybe part of you is questioning that, but just know you have the strength to do this. and it's divinely guided. This is a major arcana. So if you have an opportunity for travel come up, it's divinely guided. So know that you have the strength to do it. Yeah, I think that's the main messages that I'm getting with these cards. So yeah, and the journey card is also just about taking on new adventures too. So if there is some kind of new adventure that you've been thinking about wanting to take on, and maybe that is related to your mission with this number 11 here. This is the number of the master teacher, I believe, or no. This is the master number of service. So like I was saying, we have the 911 code and the light worker and being of service, and Virgo is all about serving others. So maybe there's a work trip or some kind of trip for your mission, or some kind of adventure relating to your mission, or just a next step that you're wanting to take in your mission, and you're needing the strength to do that. And so this is just a sign that you've got it. You have what you need to do it. You are strong, and to take that step and go forward with that adventure or that trip or that next step in your mission, and be of service to others. Okay, so what comes to mind when the Divine Feminine thinks of her Divine Masculine? And we have indecision in reverse. So I feel like this is that energy of the Divine Feminine where she has felt a lot of internal conflict, like I was saying earlier, about this connection and her Divine Masculine, and is union ever going to happen, and just I don't know what to do, or if I should do anything, or how much longer, and all of that dialogue that circles around and around in our head and creating all of this mental conflict. Or maybe there has been some major decision that has come up in her connection. She's needed to make a big decision. This card in the reverse is saying, congratulations, you have made the decision, or you are about to make the decision, and you're not going to be in that energy of internal conflict and back and forth anymore. You are going to be liberated and free from that. So yeah, I just feel like for a lot of Divine Feminines, when she has thought of her Divine Masculine, there has been a lot of internal conflict, but now a lot of Divine Feminines are moving into this place of inner peace, and it just being like, yeah, this is where I'm at, and I figured it out, and I'm good with this, and it's all good, and I can not be in this energy of conflict and back and forth anymore. And so the clarifying card, there were actually a couple clarifying cards that came up for this. Oh, and this is a number 8, so this is that energy of success and abundance and moving forward powerfully, no longer being stuck at a crossroads and not knowing which way to go. And I feel like this also connects with this journey card here of, like, I'm not sure where I'm going, or like this moon card, feeling kind of in the dark and having to trust your intuition as you take each step forward. And so now we have, clarifying this indecision in reverse, we have the 10 of air and we have the King of water. And so what I'm getting when I look at all three of these cards is that when the Divine Feminine thinks about her masculine, there's like some kind of situation or dynamic within her connection that has been creating a lot of internal conflict and indecision, or she just hasn't known something that's like left her feeling at a crossroads. But there's healing that either is happening or that she would like to happen, where this situation is coming to an end, and it's bringing healing, and it's releasing her from the grip of this indecision, where she is clear. She has understanding. She gets it. She sees it. Whatever was confusing isn't anymore. It's like there's the understanding and the illumination. And it's interesting to see how this is mirroring the divine masculine, where he has the sun card in communication. So I just get the sense that the divine masculine is wanting to come forward and communicate something that's going to bring healing and closure and illumination and understanding and this happy new beginning with his feminine. And that conversation, this communication, is going to free the divine feminine from this internal conflict. And so we have this 10 of air and king of water. And so it says, the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change and expect things to get better now. And then this is a time of recovery from a lot of mental anguish and pain. So something that has been very painful and created a lot of just mental pain and anguish for the divine feminine, some situation in her connection, that's coming to an end. There's healing happening, and we have the king of water here. So this is that energy of emotion that's very strong, very intense. And it says, open your heart and mind to those around you, trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work. So I just get this strong feeling that this king of water is representing the divine masculine's energy, where some divine masculines are actually going to follow through with this communication, and that is going to bring a lot of healing, where he's going to actually express his feelings in his heart to his divine feminine, and there's just going to be this major release for her, like the worst is over. I have clarity now. I have understanding now. I don't have to be in this space that is this dark unknown and confusion, but now I can move into this new beginning with that sun there. So yeah, I just feel like this king of water is the divine feminine really wants her masculine to come forward and express his feelings. And so that could just be what is coming to mind for her when she's thinking of her masculine, or this could actually really be playing out over the course of this next month or so, where the masculine really does take action and communicate and bring in this healing and this new beginning. So it's really beautiful and really positive. And something else that came to my mind as I was reading some of the other cards is, I meant to mention this in the beginning and I totally forgot, but it came back to me, is with this victory card. As I sat down to start doing the reading, the high school cross-country boys were all running in front of my house. And I thought it was kind of amusing. Like, why are they running through town? But anyway, all these high school boys are just running in front of my house. And when I see things happening around me, I take it into account with how does that apply to the reading. And so then I was shown the Chariots of Fire, like that theme song started going in my head, and then I saw the image in the movie. So it's a movie from way back in, I think, the 80s, like the early 80s. So for those of you who might not be familiar with it, it's called Chariots of Fire. And it's basically a movie that is about men who are wanting to be in this race, this marathon, this run, and they're training and they're training and they're sweating and they're doing all these obstacle courses and preparing for this big race, and it's a really big deal. And of course there's romance involved, and it's a great movie, and just the theme song is very inspiring. And so I just feel like for the divine masculine, it's like this energy that's like the Chariots of Fire, like that he's just getting inspired and fired up and ready to like move forward and charge towards his dreams and just go after this goal, go after this victory, and like win the race. So yeah, I just thought that was very meaningful somehow, and so I just felt guided to come back and mention that, how that ties into this victory and this magician card here. And it's a great movie, so if you want to look it up and check it out, it's just very inspiring. Okay, so let's take a look at the union energy in the center here. We have storm warning. So this card can be a little bit tricky. This is a little bit like what I would consider the Tower. We see an image of a tornado rolling through here, and there is lightning, and there's rain coming down. So it's this energy of like sudden, rapid change sweeping through, and the lightning is, again, that energy of Uranus, which we have different aspects happening with this new moon with Uranus and Taurus. And we also have, I believe there's an aspect of Uranus with Venus in Scorpio. And so this could be unexpected changes. And I don't feel like this is anything bad or negative, but it can just be that unexpected. It could just be an aha moment, like a flash of insight that you get, like I was saying, a lot of divine downloads. And this flash of insight could totally shift your perspective on your whole connection and help you see things in a new light. Maybe it's going to help you get understanding on something where you didn't have understanding or clarity. Maybe this is going to be connected to if your divine masculine does reach out for communication, as the cards are suggesting here, that this could be a very powerful conversation that's going to completely shift the dynamic within your connection. And again, I am not feeling that this is bad, negative, heavy energy. We are clearing all of the stuff that's not serving us so that we can move into a positive, happy new beginning with that Sun card that came up. So I feel like this is positive shifts and changes. They might just be happening more quickly than you would expect, or just catch you a little off guard, or just be like a bigger change than what you thought was going to happen, or it could also just be emotions coming up, an energy of purification and clearing, how I was talking about. Now is a good time to clear your space, declutter, organize, detox, create positive change in your physical environment, and just whatever is solid and strong and serving you and that you want to keep and that's supporting you, keep that, and then let go of the rest. But yeah, this is the energy of our union. So this is energy that's happening for both of the twins. And it could be happening directly within your connection, or it could just be happening in other areas of your life that are energetically impacting your connection. And this is a number 10. So again, it's that energy of something coming to a completion and moving into a new beginning. And that is what new moons are all about, is moving into a new beginning. And like I said, this 9/9 portal on the day of this new moon is powerful energy of completion and new beginnings. So I just can see how this card makes sense here. And so as far as clarifiers for this storm warning, we have 3 of air and ace of fire. So 3 of air is that energy of sadness and heartbreak and frustration and loss. Let's see, it says great sadness. Take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. So like I was saying, there could be something in your connection that is needing healing and that has been creating sadness or heartache or a sense of loss. But it's just some area where there's a need to bring in forgiveness and understanding and compassion. And so like I was saying with that storm warning, it could just be a powerful conversation that's going to bring healing and forgiveness and understanding in your connection. And here we have the Ace of Fire. This is the ignition of that new beginning. That's a passionate new beginning that's igniting your soul. That is this energy of blossoming and new growth and expansion and radiant light that's just like that sun energy that just wants to blossom. And I just am seeing, this is the energy of wands, so I am just seeing like this image in my mind's eye of a wand that has those little shoots on it that are sprouting and blooming and growing. And this is harvest season. So just things coming to harvest, and then it's like that completion, that harvest, and also taking that harvest and making like a beautiful banquet of a dinner, like a Thanksgiving, like, you know, pressing fresh apple juice and making a big roast or a big salad or whatever, just taking the fruits of all of our hard work and all of our labor and all of the difficulty and the heartache in this journey, and transforming it into something beautiful and new and magnificent that lights up our soul. It says an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. So this is like the energy of this new moon. It's like this is the first day of the rest of your life kind of energy, where it's just like bringing in the healing and the understanding and the clarity, and then moving into a new beginning. And maybe for some of us, this could be more related to our mission, or for some of us, this could be more related to our direct connection with our twin, or maybe a combination of both. So however that resonates for you. But I think it's just positive, bright, new beginnings, and a lot of healing, and a lot of understanding and clarity, and just getting real. This is like I was saying, Virgo is an earth sign. It's very practical and it's very grounded. And this is like this energy of like a reality check for both of us, masculine and feminine, and just getting clarity on where healing needs to happen so that we can move into a new beginning that is bright and positive and just full of that unconditional love, like I was saying earlier, transcending the pain. Okay, so let's do a couple of quick romance letters, divine love letters, and then we will wrap up with Spirit's message for advice and guidance, and then we will be done. I'm sure this is probably, let's see, I'm at like 128. So thank you for sticking it out with me. All right, so I added up all of the numbers and got 115. So I'm reading letter number 115. My darling, I am so sorry that I have caused you so much heartache and pain. My heart aches that I have done that. I didn't mean to, and I didn't want to. It's been my mind controlling me with crazy notions of being hurt, not being able to trust anyone, having to be on my own because no one understands me. But it's all nonsense, because you are the only person who does get me, who does understand me, who lives in my heart and knows that I will never desert you ever. You are my shining light, the light in the darkness when I have felt alone for such a long time. I was scared to turn the light on for fear of it going out. But now I know that our light will burn strong forever. You are my guiding light home. I love you. Please stay with us. I am coming. Oh, I just love that because it ties in so well with this energy that was coming through the reading of feeling lost in the dark and feeling alone and not knowing which direction to go. And just that energy of like the pain and the heartache and the loss and the sadness. But then having that clarity and knowing that really our beloved is the only person that really gets us and that really believes in us and that really understands us and that is really always there for us, whether it's energetically or in the physical. We are each other's light in the darkness, and it's just like this Goddess of the Moon card, or like this Journey card, where we are finding the light at the end of the tunnel. And I just noticed as I picked that up, the card underneath is Strength. So we are each other's strength in this journey, and it's a lot of the fear that we have to clear out in order to get to the heart of the matter, which is the unconditional love. And we are each other's guiding light, and we are guiding each other home. So I think that's just so beautiful and so perfect. Okay, that was from, was that volume 1 or 2? That was volume 1, so I'm going to read volume 2. And it says, I would like you to know that there is nothing that is going to stop this great love that we share between us from bringing us together to experience in our physical bodies. Absolutely nothing. This is not for negotiation or for contemplation. This is a done deal. We are not taking no for an answer. Our hearts have agreed on it. And that is what we are here to learn. That is only our hearts, that it is only our hearts that speak the words of our soul. Our soul is the essence of our energy, the eternal part of us. Everything else is just flesh and bones. So, believe in your heart. Believe in the voice in your heart, because that voice is me calling to you. So yeah, when I was reading that part about coming together to experience our physical bodies, it was just making me think of this Venus in Scorpio energy that we are moving into on the day of this new moon. And I just really feel like there's going to be that magnetic pull and that strong sensual, sexual tension coming up. So yeah, that was just what came to me when I read that. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very magnetic time for twins with this Venus in Scorpio. All right, so let's wrap up with guidance from Spirit. So for the Divine Masculine, the advice and guidance for this new moon is spontaneous and intuitive creation, which this seems to really fit in with that energy of the magician and stepping into your confidence and having the courage to go after your dreams and create that success and create and manifest your desires and goals. So it says, you have drawn this card today to remind you that the life force within you is the most creative force on earth. At the heart of every living thing, the same creative force and potential exists. You are part of one universal soul, and you are energetically connected to the eternal light of creation. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the creative force within you. Feel yourself in communion with the entire universe. You hold the potential and power to spontaneously create by tapping into the universal field of endless possibility. But you must first feel this power within you and love and trust it. You can create whatever it is you want, provided your mind, heart, and soul agree and are in alignment. Pay particular attention to impulses and ideas that come to you seemingly from nowhere. Your intuition can be your greatest asset. Trust all that you sense and feel, and be guided by your instincts. Thoughts and ideas are the seeds of every creation, and spontaneous creation begins by the planting of a seed. And so, like I was saying, the new moon in Virgo, this is a good time to plant seeds. And this could not be more perfect for the cards that came up in this reading, where the message is to connect with your intuition and receive those divine downloads that's bringing healing into your heart, that's bringing this new awareness and knowledge for what strategy you need to move forward, to create your dreams, to manifest abundance, to know that you have all the power within you. I mean, just look at the energy coming through this card with this man here. He is the magician. He knows he holds this power deep within his being, and he can create whatever it is that he desires. So really embrace and embody this energy coming through this card here, and know that you have what it takes. Don't question that. Trust your intuition. You have all the tools, all the resources, all the gifts, all the confidence, all the power. You have that life force energy flowing through you, and you can totally take action on it. That intuitive, spontaneous creation. And don't block that with the ego mind. The ego wants to shut it down. The ego wants to say, well, who do you think you are? You can't do that. Why do you think you can do that? So don't let those thoughts get in the way. Just trust these divine downloads and this intuition and this guidance that is giving your heart the courage to go after this victory and communicate your feelings, manifest this bright new sunny beginning with your feminine, and you got this. All right, so let's see what came up for the feminine. We have Sea of Love. Bless your past. Let it go and embrace the present. This card signifies a positive change which comes through releasing negative feelings associated with your past. Your feelings of guilt or regret stem from a misconceived notion that if you had acted or chosen differently in the past, things may have turned out better in the future. Yet, in thinking this way, you fail to see the positive effects your past actions and choices have had on both you and others. If you look closely and objectively, you will see the positive side also. Life is forever changing in accordance to the higher will of your soul. From a soul level, nothing is a mistake. In fact, there is no such thing, because on a higher level, everything serves a divine purpose. There is a cosmic rhyme and reason for everything, and even though we may not see it, all our experiences enrich us in some way. All helps to expand our awareness of life and love, and through this, our wisdom grows also. So this is definitely resonating with this energy that came up here for what comes to mind when the divine feminine thinks about her masculine, where this is this energy of a major release that's happening for her. And again, this could just be something that the new moon is energetically bringing up for the divine feminine, that she is releasing this pattern of thinking within her of some kind of perception or illusion or dynamic that was happening in her connection, and that is being released and healed and completed. And so this situation is improving and liberating her. And so just this is a beautiful opportunity to release the past and let it go. If there has been sadness and heaviness and heartache and pain, how can you bring compassion and forgiveness towards yourself and towards your twin and really heal that and release that and let that go? Because holding on to that is not going to allow for a new beginning to come in. It's through the release of the past and letting go and forgiving and healing that the new beginning has the doorway to move and flow and open up and begin. And that just really resonates with this energy coming through in the union here as well, with this storm warning and this 3 of air and the Ace of fire. So allow whatever needs to come up for healing, whether it's emotional healing or releasing a mental pattern or having this deep conversation with your masculine that brings healing into your connection, whatever that looks like. Let go of the past in order to free yourself for a new beginning is the bottom line. So, I hope that this was helpful. I know this went on kind of long, so thank you for sticking it out with me. I hope that these messages helped give you clarity and guidance in your journey. If you would like to see the specific energies happening in your connection, I would love to support you with a private reading. And yeah, I'm just sending you all my love and my light and wishing you many blessings in your twin flame journey. And hope that you have a great new moon. So take good care. Bye-bye.